Never guard with your back to your man like Adebayo's doing. You got to keep your man in front of you. Look at the space that gets created because you're guarding. Look at the space. I mean, that's ridiculous. Just bad drop coverage. You got to have your feet set. You got to keep the ball in front of you. I mean, this is a disaster. Your feet are moving up. Look at this. You don't even keep the ball in front of you. This is what happens when your guards don't box out. They just stand. You got to go find your box out. Look at Max Strus. I don't even know what he's doing. So now this tap back, where does it go? It's going to go to Minnesota now. If you box out, it goes right to Miami. What is Caleb Martin doing? He's guarding Karl Anthony Towns. Where the heck is he going? Why, what? What was that? Okay, so Caleb Martin comes down to double here. Why is Bam Adebayo and Kyle Lowry? They got to stay home because if this pass gets made here, Adebayo's got to go here and Martin comes up here. But a little late. Okay, so Max Strus doesn't communicate that there's a flare screen coming. That means Max Strus now needs to get up and switch immediately. Look at this right here. So here's a flare screen. Where are you? Get up. You got to be over here. Look at how long it takes Strus to switch. You're not ready to guard Karl Anthony Towns now. So now you're off balance, and Karl Anthony Towns is just going to out-muscle you. Is this supposed to be a switch? It appears like it, so Dwayne Dedmon needs to be up. Look at this. Look at Dwayne Dedmon. You're not... this is how you're switching onto Naz Reid. You can't stand in the middle of nowhere here in transition. If you're Jovic right here, you either got to sprint over here or you got to take Gobert and Bam Adebayo's got to go here, but you're just standing around now just guarding air. Okay, I mean, this is horrible transition defense. If you're Jamal Cain, can you please start sprinting back now? Why would you wait? What are you waiting on? Okay, so now you're not going to be able to get to Taurean Prince. Stop. So Caleb Martin is going to come over here to Rudy Gobert. Max Strus is coming here. Cain is not going to get to the ball here. He's got to go here. Bam Adebayo, same thing. I mean, it's a mess. Hey, your zone is already busted. Kyle Lowry's not guarding anyone. Kyle Lowry needs to come up here, push this player to the middle. Caleb Martin can go here. All right, when somebody's guarding no one, you're leaving someone. Look at how open the middle of the zone is. I mean, that is embarrassing. If you're running drop coverage off of this handoff, Adebayo's got to play off of Karl Towns here, okay? Because he's got to have his feet set in a defensive stance, okay? Get your hands off of Karl Towns. You're never going to be able. You're going to have to backpedal now, and you're not going to be able to do it. You're not guarding the ball or Towns. What is the Heat in a zone? It doesn't matter. Why is Kyle Lowry? What is he communicating? You have to take Jaden McDaniels here. Bam Adebayo takes Gobert. Why would that stop? Okay, I mean, come on. What is so Max Strus has to take the ball. Caleb Martin has to come here. What is Max Strus doing? What? Where are you going? So now Caleb Martin goes towards the ball too because you're in no man's land. So now look, now Jovic, instead of being able to box out Anthony Edwards, has to help boxing out Rudy Gobert. If Jovic is going to double Towns here, okay, if that's happening, you can't just do it out of the blue. Then Max Strus has to be able to rotate here, and then Kyle Lowry would have to rotate up, and then you rotate, and Jovic would end up here. But, you can't double and not rotate, or you're giving up practice threes. You're running drop coverage like the Heat are clearly doing off this ball screen. You have to go over the screen. You do not go under the screen. When you're guarding the ball, your only focus can be the ball. Look at Max Strus looking for a screen right here. There you go. A teammate will tell you about a screen. Now you're off balance guarding Anthony Edwards. God, this Heat zone is atrocious. Why is Caleb Martin guarding Anthony Edwards when there's somebody already guarding Anthony Edwards? Get down here so Adebayo can go here and Lowry can come up. I mean, when you have two people guarding one, you're just leaving. Look at how easy this is. Get organized in transition. If you're Max Strus, you can't stand here. You got to either come over to take McDaniels so Jamal Cain can go here, or you're going to come here and Cain can go here. But when you stand in the middle of nowhere in transition, you're giving up open threes. I mean, there's no communication here. Did Max Strus call for a switch on this handoff? If he didn't, you can't just assume Bam Adebayo's switching. So Bam Adebayo goes under the handoff and he's fine. So Max Strus should stay with McLaughlin unless he communicates. So somewhere the communication here is terrible, or there is none. Probably the latter. Okay, if you're Highsmith here in transition, you do not worry about the ball when it's across half court. You just focus on getting back. See, Highsmith's trying to guard the ball beyond half court. Why would you not get back to Jalen Knoll? Maybe Bam Adebayo can get to the ball. But you've just totally taken yourself out of the play now. Okay, so Dwayne Dedmon is not going to be able to guard the ball here. That's fine. You have an extra Heat defender back. Kyle Lowry can take Jaden McDaniels. Dwayne Dedmon's got to turn and force Jalen Knoll into help here. Like, why is Caleb Martin staring at the ball here? Like, okay, this pass is getting made out here. You have to come to Karl Towns. And I don't know what Max Strus is doing. He's just guarding no one. Get out over here. Look at Caleb Martin. So you're not ready to guard right now. So that's going to bring in a double. What is this Heat zone? If Max Strus should be guarding on the wing, Jamal Cain has someone in the middle of the zone. You can't not guard the middle of the zone. You got two people guarding Anthony Edwards. So now Karl Anthony Towns is getting this. Jamal Cain's not ready to guard him. So that brings a double team. That leaves people open. Want to play the gaps. You got to already be there. First of all, why is Caleb Martin jumping up and down? Like, were you dancing? Like, look at this. If your feet are moving towards the ball on the pass, you're not getting out now. So now Anthony Edwards is open. Kyle Lowry cannot be going to the ball here in transition. This Heat player's taking the ball. You got to come here. Look at this. You're going to end up with two people guarding the ball in transition. No one taking McDaniels. The Heat are in a zone. I don't know why Caleb Martin is standing guarding air again. Get down here to take Gobert. But Bam Adebayo's got to guard this Timberwolves player right here. Like, look at this. D'Angelo Russell. What is Bam Adebayo doing? He's in your area of the zone. What?